Hello, welcome to this very special edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace reporting live here in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the 14th 2024 Pittsburgh International Jazz Festival. Kicking off this year's Jazz Festival Friday night was the Taste of Jazz featuring vocalist Maysa Leak. Now, as part of the kickoff ceremonies, this concert is really a beautiful tie-in to what the whole weekend will become, with a lot of these major acts ranging from the great Marsha Ambrosius to the great Warren Evans, just to name them in this few. Tonight on the Pace Report, you're going to see highlights of the Taste of Jazz, of Maysa's performance, and I had a chance to sit down and break bread with her to discuss her new album, which she personally funded herself, as well as talk about the ownership process of the record industry. As you might know, she was tied into the major labels, and she decided for this project that she wanted complete control over everything, including the publishing, as well as how the record was produced, as well as the album cover. We also had a chance to sit down and reflect on the life of the great Frankie Beverly, as well as Angela Bofield, and we also sit down and reflect on some of her very important vocal influences, including the great Sarah Vaughan. So sit back, relax, and enjoy highlights of Miss Maysa Leak kicking off the Taste of Jazz for this year's 2024 Pittsburgh International Jazz Festival here in downtown Pittsburgh at the August Wilson African American Cultural Center here in Pittsburgh.
Every word is a melodic sound. Hear the music now. Music for your soul. It takes you to a place. It brings up your mind. Lets you escape. Music for your soul. It takes you to a place. It brings up your mind. Lets you escape. Whoa. Music for your soul. It takes you a place. It brings up your mind. Music for your soul, it takes you a place, it brings up your mind. Whoa, yeah. Shake it up, second it up, lead it up, second it up, lead it up, say do it,
a long way back, Miss Maysa. I am so glad that we had a little brief time to sit down. How you doing?
I'm good, sweetie. They had a great show, and everybody's so great. The audience was fantastic, so I'm happy they were happy.
You're at a point in your life right now that, as an artist, you have decided to take ownership of everything that you did. This latest album, the album cover, the music, there's 19 songs.
Yes.
No one does this in 2024.
I know.
What made you decide to go all out on this?
Because it's my first one on my own record label, and I wanted to go all out. Basically, I wanted to bring back a little nostalgia to the people who are my age and older who remember the time when double albums were a thing.
Right.
You know, double albums were a big thing. And so, I guess my colleagues in the industry, my peers in the industry were like, that's really not a good idea. You should release singles only. I'm like, nah. I said, I think people can use this music to do things, clean the house all day like we used to, or take long drives and, go on the beach and, chill out somewhere. I just think the music is there for that.
I mean, Maysa, I think of double albums. I mean, some of our greatest black artists. I'm talking about Isaac Hayes,
right?
Black Moses, Songs in the Key of Life.
Yes.
Prince did a couple of double records.
Yeah.
It's not about the double album. It's more about the content and the material.
Journey.
How did you come up with these? I bet the 19 songs took like a long time, years.
It took about a year.
Really?
About a year to put everything together. I got some great people who sent me great songs, and then I was inspired to write some good, really nice songs with Big Dog Davis. And I worked with a lot of great producers on this album, and they would send me stuff that I loved the songs, and I would do them. And I don't do demos. I don't want to leave. And it was posthumous, or what they call it. I'm not leaving that. So I'm gonna do the record's gonna be put up while I'm alive, and I'm there to see it. But so I don't do demo stuff. So I carefully chose what I liked, and think everything made the record. And so there was some there's one song and a couple songs that didn't make it, but I'm gonna put them on future records. So
I saw the album. It's blue.
Yeah, it's my favorite color.
That's your favorite color.
Yeah.
It works. I mean, because
I wanted to feel like a galaxy. I wanted to feel like I was in the galaxy, and it's like this whole thing about vibrating at a higher level and love, and how God built the universe, and how the universe is abundant for all of us. And I wanted to show that through that photo. It's a selfie I took a long time ago, and then I had my graphic artist kind of put the stars and stuff around it.
Wow, wow.
Suddenly we don't care. Suddenly we don't care. Take over my mind. I surrender to the rush of your tide. You're making me weak, so incredible, your control over me. I can't resist no matter how I try. Your love has got me hypnotized. Oh, closer and closer.
You and Phil Perry are responsible for one of my highest viewed segments.
Wow,
and the night was Angela Bofield, and we lost her earlier this year. And I want your reflections on her, and we're going to go into Frankie Beverly, who you did a tribute to tonight also. Angela was just so against the grain in the 70s and in the 80s. What impact did she have on R&B as a vocalist and as a presence amongst her contemporaries?
Well, she was one of a kind, first of all, because she was a singer-songwriter at a time when that wasn't happening a lot, and so she charted her own. Of course, she was young when she wrote "I Try," So, in her experience of heartbreak that turned into that song, it was very inspirational to a lot of people because making music back in the day. I mean, everybody back in the day made music to go on tour, right? But a lot of people didn't. Well, they did make music from the heart and from the soul. But Angela Bofield, she charted a course for singers and songwriters that it's I don't know how to say it. My mind is
okay.
Blank. But it was what do you call this when it's trend? I can't think of the word. I got stuff because I don't know what to say. You can edit it out.
Yeah, I'm editing it out.
Okay, it was like what is the word I'm trying to say? It was like she started something.
She was a
trailblazer, but she's a trailblazer. Thank you. God, I couldn't think of trailblazer to save my life.
She's a trailblazer.
She was a trailblazer, and so so when it came to when I got the call, the first call I got from Rich Engel, who was manager at the time, he called me and said, "Maysa, we're doing a tribute to Angela Bofield. I want you to be one of the singers on it." And so I did, and I came to the show, and it was such an amazing experience to be on that show. And then he called me again, and he said, "We're going to go do a tour. Angela wants to go back on tour, but she's not ready to sing yet. So will you sing her songs for her, and then she's going to narrate her show?" And I was like, "What are you saying?" And he said, you're going to sing her songs. I said, "With her sitting there next to me?" And he said, "Yeah, she's going to sit on stage, and you're going to sing the songs, and she's going to talk about her life, and we're going to show video film." And when I tell you that changed my life, that to sit next to her, stand next to her while she was sitting there listening to me sing her music, I can't, she was so gracious and so beautiful about it that I'll never forget it. And that's why I asked her, I said, "Do you mind if I recorded I Try?" And she said, "You got my permission to record it." And she said she loved it, so I was really grateful for that.
That's great. That's beautiful. We lost the great Frankie Beverly, who I counted 14 times I've seen him live.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to realize this is 30 years of cities I've visited and lived in, and his music was like the DNA. It's kind of like Earth, Wind, and Fire, P-Funk. Tonight you sang, Happy Feelings, his signature record. What does Frankie Beverly mean to you as a vocalist?
Oh my gosh. Frankie Beverly is another trailblazer. A man who with this band Maze, was just a soundtrack to our lives, period. Everybody, I don't know anybody who wasn't affected by that music. Even the younger people who heard their parents play the music. Like I was, like when I was a younger person, and the parties started with that, it ended with that, and it was in the middle of all of that. That was the music for everything we celebrated, on everything we went through. So it would be forever. Those songs are going to be forever, and ever, forever and ever around. And so it's never going to change. And I'm really glad that in this lifetime I got to experience Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Name me 3 of your favorite female jazz vocalists.
Woo! Carmen McRae, Sarah Vaughan, and of course Ella Fitzgerald. But I want to also, who else I want to say? Abby Lincoln. Yeah.
She's one of my aces too. I asked you that because you and Anita Baker really come from Sarah Vaughan, stylistically and your range. And as you look back on a lot of the music that you listen to, how important are those 3 vocalists that you name, including Sarah?
Well, Sarah Vaughan is who I patterned my voice after, who I really trained my voice after. When all I thought I wanted to be was a jazz singer at one point. a straight ahead jazz singer, I should say. And Colin McRae just had a style and a sound and a tone and a color to her voice that I'll never forget. Of course, Ella Fitzgerald, the scatting, it was something I admired and I wanted to do from the first time I heard her. And I've been trying to like mimic her. I absolutely love singers that couldn't actually sing all those songs note for note and syllable by syllable, because it's very difficult to do. But she was just an absolutely amazing, another trailblazer. And Abby Lincoln just has such grit and such just power and such emotion and such, again, color and tone that was very inspirational. Sarah Vaughan is absolutely my hero. It's her phrasing and her color and tone and the way she emotes her ideas through song that really made me want to sound like her. And I did my best to, I started to sing a little bit of it tonight, but I changed my mind. But it's something I strive to bring to the stage, the love I have for Sarah Vaughan. Troy, my tour manager, Troy, and Troy's a theater director. And so we're working on a Sarah Vaughan story, a tribute to Sarah Vaughan. And we're working with a person who is a historian, Sarah Vaughan historian. So we're going to make it very authentic and loving, and I'm looking forward to that.
Music has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Just how it's administered and distributed to performance now. It's like, I remember hearing your music on the radio. And it's like now a lot of the radio stations, unless it's urban contemporary, they're not messing with a lot of Maysa. They're not messing with a lot of Mickey Howard, and they're not messing with Anita Baker. How do you deal with this at this particular time? I know the internet has changed everything, but how do you deal with that now?
I just keep going. I don't let it bother me. I know that I can get to the people as much as I can, the people who have been supporting me all these years. They're still there. And if I really, honestly, I just say this, that I let God handle everything in my life. I've learned to stop trying to fight this thing. Because I feel like if all this time I used to be a person like, oh, why they not let me in? Why don't they let me do this? How come nobody thinks about me? All that kind of, I stopped, when I turned 50 years old, I stopped all of that. And I was like, God, thank you for the gifts I have. Thank you for what you've given me. And however you want it, whatever your will is, how you want me to use it, I'm going to follow you like I've been following him my whole life. So when God moves the mountains for me and helps me move the mountains, teach me how to move the mountains, I'll move them. But other than that, I just keep singing. I have an audience. And it's growing still at this point. I've been 34 years in, and people still don't make the connection between me and Incognito. They don't. When they get shocked, I have people still shocked when they hear me sing Deep Waters, and they're like, "Well, you sound like that girl Maysa that's singing." They sound like that person that's singing with Incognito. I was like, "Oh, it's me." It's like, what? So people are still not making that connection. It baffles me, but I'm all right. If I'm able to sing, I asked God when I was 15 years old, if I could please, Lord, just sing for the rest of my life. And have people know who I am, and have people buy my music and come to my concerts, I'll be very grateful. And that's what he's doing.
That solo album, your debut came out in 95.
95.
We're almost approaching 30 years with this.
Yes.
Where were you mentally and spiritually? Because a debut record is not an easy feat.
No, it's not.
Where were you mentally when you put that record together?
I was surprised. I was very happy and very joyful and very excited because when I was on tour with Incognito, we were going to start the third album. We had done Positivity. We were touring that record. We had the North Sea Jazz Festival. We had like 18,000. It was called the JVC Room. It was about 18,000 people. And I remember just the audience was incredible. Every move I made, they moved. That night it was just like unbelievable that night. And I was walking off stage, this man walked up to me and he says, "Hey Maysa, my name is Carl Griffin, I'm the VP of A&R at GRP Records, are you ready for your solo career? That's what he said. And I was like, okay. And I thought he was joking, so I didn't pay the man no money, gave me his card. He said, please, when you get back to London, please call me. I want to talk and bring you over to New York. So I called the number, and he was real, so I was like, okay. He said, we're going to fly to New York, we're going to talk to you. And that's when I met Tommy LaPuma and all the people at GRP Records. And they signed me to Blue Thumb Records the very day for my first album. That experience was absolutely amazing. It cost me, I'm still paying for that record.
Really?
It cost $350,000 to make that record. We did strings at Abbey Road. I mean, it was just amazing. You know, it was just a lot. I don't know where all the money went, but I know that I still owe money. I don't know if I'll ever make money off the record. But that catapulted me to my solo career. It really did.
It seems like they didn't really market that record.
They didn't. They really didn't.
I mean, and I tell everybody, when you buy Maysa or you get any Maysa, you get the debut record. I have to ask you, Tommy LaPuma, because he was this is the guy behind Benson. This is the guy behind Michael Franks.
Yeah.
What was he like?
He was cool. I had a decent relationship with him, I thought, until they decided not to sign me for my next record. But I don't know. I thought it was fine. They were very excited about me in the beginning. I think he wanted me to go in a direction I wasn't sure I wanted to go in, and just that one disagreement cost me my next record deal. So
wow.
Yeah, but it was all good. I mean, I appreciate Tommy LaPuma and everybody who gave me that first chance with that record. Really, it's like my signature album for my solo career.
Yeah, it is. Maysa Leak, last question. I'm out your hair. I gotta eat. Maysa Leak, what does Black American music mean to you?
Black American music, it's everything. It's life. It's a life source. That's it. It's everything. Black American music. The loving Black American music. Now, just be specific about that. There's a lot of Black American music that's not so loving out there. But for the most part, the good part of it is that it's the roots of everything. It's the soil, the beautiful soil that everything of love grows from. Everybody around the world loves Black American music because it touches your soul and your spirit. And it was designed that way from a people who were designed to love. And so it's natural, and it's authentic, and it's organic, and it's beautiful.
That'll do it again for this very special edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here in downtown Pittsburgh for this year's 14th 2024 Pittsburgh International Jazz Festival. I'd like to personally thank the incomparable Maysa Leak for her time. For more information on her upcoming tour dates and to order her new album, visit her online at maysaleak.com and follow her on the social media by Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, people, I'd like to personally congratulate the staff and management and Miss Janice Burley, the artistic director of the Pittsburgh International Jazz Festival. Also, I'd like to personally thank Miss Clarence McClare for Clarence McClare Public Relations for arranging all of the time with these artists. As always, people, I can't stress this more than enough. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos here on YouTube and Vimeo, and leave comments. And follow me on social media by way of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.
Bye.